So here we are again, the end of one year and the beginning of a brand new one. So allow me to open this short podcast with a phrase you will hear and undoubtedly say numerous amounts of times in the next few weeks. Happy New Year. Some of you are thinking at this time of the year, this is my year, let's go attack it head on. You have goals, aspirations, ideas, you have a new, renewed sense of enthusiasm, and this year is really going to be the year that you are going to do whatever it is you wanted to do. Some of you, however, are thinking you may have eaten excessive amounts, drunk too much, enjoyed their friends and family over Christmas and the New Year period, and here we go again, nose to grindstone, another year looms. Over the years, we send out the New Year's goals exercise, and the feedback we get is it just keeps people focused for a short period of time to really plan the year ahead. More importantly, when they review this plan weekly, monthly, people do seem to get more things done they wanted to get done. So this short podcast gives you an explanation as to how to do this New Year's goals exercise. If you haven't got a copy of it, please follow the link on this video cast and download that exercise and feel free to go and use it. We've also found that this time of the year is as good a time as any to focus on the new year. But we've also found one very interesting fact that seems to cause people to not succeed in their goals. Evidence suggests that when people have away from goals, i.e. I want to get away from feeling heavy or frumpish or away from that job, away from working with that team, then you might get a spike of motivation to get away from that sensation, that experience. But if that isn't followed up by something to go towards or an ambition, then that motivation wanes away and actually you go back to doing the same old thing, therefore not getting any closer to what it is you really, really want. And you know what you really, really want, don't you? It's inside here every single day. So here's the first tip. Have towards goals. Ambitions, desires, aims. I want to be there. I would like to have this, as opposed to I don't want to be there and I don't want to have that. The second thing we found over the years is when people commit their goals or ambitions, desires to paper or even electronic devices, that act of writing them down makes them real, not just thoughts. The good thing about having it written down, it means you can go back to it whenever you want to and as frequently as you want to, just to check in with yourself to say, how close am I to achieving what I set out to achieve? So again, the exercise we'll share with you might help you achieve that. Thirdly, also we found that people who tell everyone about their goals might receive praise and adulation about, oh, it's a great goal, good for you. And really what you hear is, you've already kind of got the praise and feedback and therefore there's less motivation to actually achieve it. So if you are going to share your goals, please try this. Ask a small selection of people who you trust to say, look, here are my goals. Just can you do me a favor and check in with me every so often to see how I'm doing on my journey towards achieving those goals. I don't really want praise and adulation right now. These are merely goals, a journey starter. So let's get started. Top left-hand quadrant named successful experiences. Simply list all the experiences you've had over the last 12 months, be them personal, professional, social, or any other thing that you deem to be successful. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks if they're successful or not, it's important that you write them down from your perspective. Moving along to the top right-hand quadrant, list all the unsuccessful experiences you had or experiences you deemed to be unsuccessful. They may appear in your mind as failures over the last 12 months, and again they can be both personal and professional, but nonetheless they were experiences that you encountered that can provide you with some valuable information. Thirdly, the bottom left-hand quadrant. This is the most important reflective box to use. It's labelled Lessons Learned. Take away the emotional reaction to some of your successful and unsuccessful experiences. List the lessons that you've learned or you can learn from these encounters now that they have passed. What did each experience teach you? Did a particular behaviour of yours have a less than desirable outcome? If so, what have you learnt about this? What can you learn from your successful experiences? Why were they so successful? This is the most valuable part of the exercise, as it enables you to refresh habits and performances that will enable you to align your potential into optimal performance for even greater success in the coming year. And finally, the last box, the bottom right-hand quadrant, goals for 2017. List the aspirations and desires you have for the coming year. Once again, these can be both personal and professional. Don't worry if they're not yet clear or clearly defined or even smart. This can be addressed at a later date in the year. Items listed in this quadrant would give you an opportunity to say, that's what I want to be reflecting on in my successful experiences when I do this exercise again 12 months from now. For those of you who have done this exercise before, then this is a really good opportunity to check back and say, how many of my goals, A, were still valid, and B, did I actually achieve, and then C, were successful. So there you have it, that's the New Year's goals exercise. A maximum of about 20 minutes to complete the exercise. Not a huge amount of time, but hopefully the most valuable 20 minutes you'll spend in the next few days focusing on your year ahead. Your year ahead goals learned by what you had in the last 12 months. Keep that sheet or that exercise handy, either on your desk, in your diary, and review it regularly, because you wrote down those things now that were important for you for the year. And while some occasionally change over the year, these were important to you now. So they'll probably be important to you for the rest of the year. I wish you all the very best, and may 2017 be the year that you really want it to be. Happy New Year.